Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your April 2022 general readings. We're looking at the first half of April from the 1st through the 15th, and this reading is for the water sign of Cancer. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Thanks for taking the time to be here, for watching the videos, your likes, shares, subscribes, donations, feedback, comments. I always like to begin with a note of gratitude because it is all greatly appreciated, so thank you. So Cancer, this reading is for you. For the first 2 weeks of April 2022. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Cancer. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Cancerian. It's a general reading, so of course it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. Watch all of your signs for any additional insight and perspective. And if you find that something does resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can also get that contact info by clicking the description link, that little link arrow attached to this video. I'd be delighted to hear from you, and I can usually respond within the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, so message me if you're interested. I'd be happy to work with you. Okay, Cancer. Let's dive right into this and see what the first 2 weeks of April look like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with Legacy of the Divine. It's one of my favorite combinations to use for general readings. Cancer. First 2 weeks of April. We begin with a choice, the Two of Coins. Crossroads, duality, needing to make a choice. Might be more of a practical choice as well, but it might have emotional implications. With the Six of Swords, healing, slowly but surely moving away from trouble, conflict, the source of the challenge. Can be physical healing as well. A choice for healing or for not. So, choices mean that you can go one way or the other way. Next, we have the Priestess, the High Priestess, intuition, divine timing, and orchestration. This is a card that also represents having faith. When the High Priestess shows up, in terms of advice for the first 2 weeks of April, it's paying attention to your intuition, which some people call higher self, some people call gut instinct. It's about paying attention to that, paying attention to things that you feel might be messengers or things that you keep thinking about or dwelling about. And I don't mean in a negative, obsessive way. I mean things that just keep coming in, especially if they're trying to lead you one way or the other. It can be a card of paying attention to your dreams, to signs you might feel that you're receiving. That can be kind of tricky though, right? Because dreams can sometimes be our mind's way of fleshing things out. But particularly pay attention to repeating dreams or dreams that have the same thing. Signs are like that. If they're really signs, they will repeat themselves, right? It's not just one thing. It's usually something that keeps repeating or repeating with the same theme. So pay attention to that during the first 2 weeks of April. Let's see what goes with the Priestess. Oh, the Sun. Light, love, warmth, laughter, illumination, things being made clear, an uplifting of perhaps previously negative or depressing or heavy energies, financial restrictions kind of easing up a bit. The Sun card affects all the cards that come out around it in a tarot spread when you're pulling cards. Just like the real sun, when it comes out, it illuminates everything. It touches and affects everything. And so, therefore, does the Sun card when you pull other cards with it. So it can lessen the challenging effects of other cards and kind of act as a boost to the positive energy of other cards as well. This is almost quite literally having faith that no matter how this situation plays out, whatever it is, area of your life it is, that it's going to be all right. It's going to be better than all right, actually. It's having faith in a positive outcome. But it can also be a bit of subtle advice, Cancer, that our thoughts determine how we feel about the reality we're living in, or determine our reality, right? Our thoughts determine our lives. So trusting in God, Spirit, angels, and guides, trusting in the universe, is how to kind of maintain that energy that right? Even though this might be challenging, even though there's pain, there's emotion, there's struggle, there's challenge, it's going to be all right. Next, we have the Emperor. A father figure could represent an older individual for some of you. It might be in Aries because Aries is attached to the sign of the Emperor. I actually feel like for many of you, this represents a specific person in your life. Could be an older person, somebody of seniority, status, responsibility. It could be a father or a father figure. On an energetic level, it represents determination, perseverance, willpower, structure, routine, doing things by the book, being disciplined, perhaps setting aside your own emotions in order to make a decision that is for the greater good, because the Emperor rules an empire, a whole collection of kingdoms. All the kings and queens answer to the Emperor. He embodies all of those. And that's a pretty big job, and he knows that every decision he makes affects more than just himself. It affects everyone in his kingdom. So it's about, making the best decision for everyone involved in the situation as well. With the Emperor, we have the Two of Wands, a choice to take action one way or the other. It feels like there may be it feels like there's a relationship here or a partnership of some kind. It doesn't have to be romance, could be something else. There's two cards here that indicate decisions. It feels like perhaps either the Emperor is at a crossroads of needing to make a decision one way or the other. You're on the verge of you're at the crossroads of needing to make a decision one way or the other about this person, and vice versa. That's what I'm getting. So it's probably some kind of relationship or partnership for many of you. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus for the first 2 weeks of April is the Ten of Cups. Happy home, marriage, childbirth, blessings, that white picket fence kind of energy. Tens represent cycle endings in the tarot, or a cycle achievement coming full circle, right? The culmination of that suit. Cups is governed by the element of water, emotional. The Ten of Cups represents finally being at a place where you feel like everything has come together, right? Particularly where home and family are concerned. And everything positive and harmonious and loving and balanced about that area of life. It's one of the traditional marriage cards as well. It may be that marriage is an issue here. It may be that some of you are in a relationship. Maybe you've been in this relationship for some time. It's had its issues, struggles, challenges, but there's a decision that needs to be made as to whether this relationship is going to advance any further, particularly getting married. For others of you for whom that doesn't resonate, this also might be, there's decisions to be made here. There's some kind of crossroads here, and there's decisions to be made. Now, for some of you, you might already be in a relationship, partnership, marriage, whatever, and the decision is in another area of life, but it affects like your home and family life. It could be about a father or a father figure for some of you. Well, let's clarify, shall we? Let's clarify that Ten of Cups. One way or the other, the decision that will be made and reacted to is going to affect the home and family life. Because the home and family life is the central energy and focus of energy for the first 2 weeks of April, if there's been relationship issues or breakups, it might be, for some of you, discussing whether, if you've had issues or breakups, it could be reconciliation or whether the two of you should continue or not, for some of you. Clarify the Ten of Cups. The Hanging Man. Not taking action, waiting, watching, seeing how things play out. Might be uncomfortable, but you could also gain information from having that perspective. Waiting and watching to see what somebody's going to do, because I kind of feel that way. For those of you for whom this is whether a relationship continues a step further or continues to a deeper level of commitment like marriage or moving into with each other, it feels like, but of course you could be on either side of this story. It feels like for a lot of you that you're waiting for you've made your position clear, you're waiting for the other person to make their decision. Some of you it might be vice versa. Clarify the Two of Coins. The The King of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or somebody who manifests like that charismatic, dynamic King of Fire, needing to make a choice about him needing to make a choice about you. It's showing up as a king, but this is a general reading, so it could be a female as well. Again, it could be an Aries, because the Emperor is attached to the sign of Aries, so it might be that this other person in this relationship or partnership is a fire sign or an Aries. Let's clarify. But yeah, there's choices that need to be made here. Somebody's at a crossroads, which again can put you at a crossroads as well. Clarify the Six of Swords, healing. The Nine of Wands, our wounded warrior card, somebody who's already been through quite a bit, has hit yet another obstacle or challenge, feeling tired, feeling worn out, wondering if you can continue, how to get through this for healing. How do I make the best decision? How do I make the decision that will bring about healing? It's a sense of feeling stuck, like this King of Wands individual, whoever this is stuck. And it's affecting you. Again, if you're in a romantic relationship with them, it's understandable. Or even a father relationship. For some of you, it may be that you're considering making decisions about an older father or an elderly father. And there's some struggle, some challenge, some conflict, and the two of you seeing things eye to eye. Let's clarify the Priestess. The Tower. Unexpected changes that you have no control over, divine timing and orchestration. With the Priestess, it's actually having a pretty grounded faith that no matter what happens, you trust in divine timing and orchestration, no matter how it manifests. Even if it's challenging, you know that it'll work out in your own best interest, that it's the best thing for you, whether it's positive, whether it comes across initially as positive, or whether it comes across initially as difficult. You have an instinctive, spiritual, intuitive knowledge that whatever happens is going to be for the best. Because we also have the Sun with that, right? Let's clarify the Sun. Justice. Scales the scales evening out. Honor, ethics, truth, justice, things being fair and equitable. This is like having an absolutely phenomenal amount of faith that things are going to work out in the way that they're supposed to work out, even though you may not have any control over the events that come out of this situation. It's knowing that whatever happens, it's meant to happen, and you trust in it. You trust in the outcome, even if it's not evident in the beginning. For some of you, this could also be having faith that it's going to work out in a beautiful, it's the same thing. Feeling like everything's going to work out in a beautiful way, no matter what the path looks like to that. Like hope against hope, right? It's like having hope and faith, perhaps even in a situation that you didn't have hope before, or other people don't have hope in. It's an incredible spiritual combination here. It's like, yep, I trust it. Let's clarify the Emperor. The Empress, who is the Emperor's natural mate, right? They belong together. The ultimate father and mother of the tarot. I feel like for many of you, this is like a relationship. It's relationship oriented, or it's about an already developed relationship or marriage, and you're trying to make decisions about it moving forward, or decisions that are going to affect the home and family. Again, some of you, it may be the issue is marriage itself. Let's clarify the Two of Wands that's with that Emperor and Emperor. It feels like this King of Wands, this Emperor, whoever this individual is, needs to make a decision. It's like there's this, waiting to see what this person is going to do. The Lovers, a relationship at a crossroads, a decision that needs to be made. The Knight of Cups, the Ace of Cups. Do I make an offer Do we start over again? Do I make an offer? Do we start in a new direction? Do I propose? Do we move in together? Or some version of that. For others of you, the specifics and details might be a little different, but the fundamental energy remains the same. The focus is on home and family. The focus is on making a decision, and there's an energy of waiting for you, Cancer, on what this other person is going to do that's going to have a significant impact. But it looks like you're working pretty hard on having faith that whatever happens, you're trusting that Spirit is either orchestrating it or allowing it, because that's going to be the best outcome for your best interest, even if it comes across as challenging, right? Even if it means like a relationship ends, or there's a difficult decision that has to be made that causes some conflict, maybe a bit of chaos, because you know it's the best thing for you. This is like just really working hard to have faith. So I get this sense for some of you that there's a relationship hanging in the balance of this decision, the future of a relationship, or whether it's going to continue or not. So let's end with pulling any advice and guidance for Cancer for the first 2 weeks of April. Strength. 7 of Wands. 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. And the 5 of Wands. Okay. So what I'm getting here is fundamentally having strength to stand by what you believe in, to stand by your truth, to not compromise and negotiate any more than you already have. In the upright position, the 3 of Pentacles is teamwork, collaboration, compromise, negotiation, haggling it out. But in the reverse, as advice is, no, you've compromised and negotiated enough. This is standing firmly, having the strength to stand by your convictions, your beliefs, what you know is right and true for you, and not arguing. 5 of Wands conflict, not arguing about that, not going around with the same petty drama over and over and over again, the same things which have already been said 100 times. That's it. It's about kind of going, okay, this is where I'm at, and I'm waiting to see what you do with it. I'll wait a little while. But this is about not compromising and not negotiating what you feel is right for you in this situation. But also stating that plainly and simply, but only once. This is like not engaging in what has probably already been an ongoing discussion about this. Okay. Okay, Cancer, those are your messages for the first 2 weeks of April. I hope you found them helpful and useful. Again, if any of it resonated with you enough that you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you and to work with you. You can also get that contact info by clicking on the description link, the little arrow attached to this video. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the April mid-month readings. Stay safe, stay well. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.